Yep, I'm on. I'm on early. Am I spelling that right? I like when I pick a name, then I don't. Then I don't remember how to spell it. There it is. Goodness. There's Tom Duffy. It's more of a teal. It's more of a teal. Getting some writing in. Getting some writing in. I've had I've had some decent days. Not great, but over 1,000 a day. Put that on here. I'm also drinking some cold brew with mocha. Not Yankees Blue, not even close to Yankees Blue. No, don't even say that. That's not true at all. I'll burn this effing hat before you say that. Not sure what just happened there. Cannot spell Liam. B D D D B D B D D. It's not Yankees Blue. Shut your mouth. Yankees more of a shit color. It's more of a Red Sox alternate blue spring training cover when they do the teal and the yellow, and they look like softball uniforms. Don't know if you've ever seen those. The uniforms are awful, but I'd rather take it. Do 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 do. getting some singing in here for free. Am I singing? You know, I have a fucking U2 song in my head. I like for like 3 days I cannot shake, and I don't even think I've heard it anywhere. And it's the jingling guitar part, which you know is in every U2 song. Where the hell is everybody? Losers? Exactly, losers. I mean, listen, I'm on early, but still, people, let's get in here. My subscribers are going down. I don't know what's happening. Is everybody just like, yeah, I'll just watch it on YouTube. I'll just watch it afterwards. That's not fun. My wife made baked ziti last night. Fucking delicious. She just has to make enough for like 30 people, so had a little bit of that for lunch today. I might go back and have a little bit more for lunch, to be honest with you. Let your girlfriend know that Jersey Italian, we pronounce that baked ziti. Her up in my heritage's business. Calm down. Just because you people don't have your own thing, that's on you, lady, not on me. I have to subscribe. I tried yesterday, but it wouldn't let me subscribe with Prime. I'll try it again. Yep. Hopefully it will. Hopefully it will let you. That would be nice. Because that number is. I think I was at 15 at one point. Now I'm down to 9 subscribers. So again, people, Twitch Prime, which is your Amazon Prime, it's free. It helps me out. It helps you out. Let's be honest. So hopefully there you go. My goal is to get a bunch of writing in. I don't know what you're doing, Tom. I hope you're getting some writing in. I try not to read your chapter now until it's complete, but I do check on it every 18 seconds, just so you know. Has he written any other words? Do I see him? He's in the... No, he's not. All right. Somebody asked me... yesterday, I don't remember who I was talking to. I was talking to somebody and they were like, oh, you and Tom are writing, you guys did that trilogy, what are you going to do now? I said, we're actually about 25,000 words into the first book of the next trilogy. I think I was talking to my mom. And she's like, wow, were you just going to keep pumping them out? And I said, yeah. I said, as long as we have ideas. But this next trilogy we're going to do like December, January, and February again. She says, well, if you're writing them so quick now, what if you write them like March, April, May? What if all 3 books are done? I said, then I know Tom has something else he needs to finish. I have a bunch of things I need to finish. I said, but it's not out of the realm of possibility for us, especially when MondoCon rolls around, to just say, you know what, here's the next idea. Tom, your turn. Which characters are we using? And boom! Then we can we'll start another. I said we might end up knocking out 2 series a year, or at least part of a second series, and get well ahead. We can do pre-orders for like 5 years from now. I'll have to change my photo so your mom isn't mad at me. Yeah. She is. My mother is. My mother reads most of my books, not all of them, but most of them. And she read the first heist book that Tom and I did, Rock the Bells. You should all also read it. And the third book came out. So all 3, it's done. It's a trilogy. It's perfect. My mother read the first one. I gave her the next 2 books. And she wanted me to change my bio because it's the same one I've used for years. And I'm like, but nothing has changed. And I don't need to write a different bio for every book. I have 200 books. And she was not happy with Tom's author photo, which is like from his nose up with his crazy hair. She said his hair was like the dude from Eraserhead, which I thought was kind of funny. And so, yeah, so she's like, you better tell your friend, I mean, what is he, 15? What are you writing with 15-year-olds? So, then I told her when I talked to her yesterday. I told her that I had told you, and then Tom was like, "Well, I'll just when I come down there, I'm going to have a picture taken with your mom. I'll use that as my author photo." And she was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." Like, Mom, that was a joke. He's not going to put you for some random woman in with him in his author photo. That's not how that works. Although she's spot on with that eraser head. Yep. Kind of funny. All right. So I'm working chapter 6. Did I finish 5? No. I finished 4. Maybe I'll finish this first page on 5. How's that? How's that, everybody? That was me farting, to be honest with you. I could take one of those pills, one of those acid reflux pills because of the red sauce with the big ziti. Gonna go right through me. Where the hell is everybody though, right? Everybody's just too busy for me, I guess. Wow. Well, thanks everybody, but Tom. Man, I just spelled everything wrong. Had linguine with clown sauce. That's burning up the acid right now. There you go. I still have the leftovers from yesterday from the flautas. Flautas. I was gonna have those for lunch, and I was like, you know what? No, not big ziti. I'll have the. My wife's probably working late tonight, so I'll have the flautas. I don't know why I keep saying it like that for lunch for dinner. I'll have those for dinner. Then I think I have one more home chef meal to cook, which I should really cook that one tonight and be done with it. Some kind of pan-seared chicken or something or other. And then those are canceled. But my wife went and bought me two two uh, 2 packs of cinnamon raisin bagels, and I got pork roll, I got tuna, I got sausage, I got fish sticks. I got a lot of different things to make sandwiches with, and then a bunch of stuff to just throw in the oven. Pizza rolls, of course. You gotta have pizza rolls. Freshly grated Parmesan pans. That's a lot of Parmesan if you're making the Parmesan into pants. Seriously. Oh, freshly grated Parmesan plant. Yes, exactly. So I do need coffee filters though. I think I'm down to like 6 coffee filters. We keep forgetting, but I just use the K cups because I don't know why I could just use the 6 and then I don't know. Now I'm like worried that I'm going to need those 6 for something else. Alien invasion comes. Everyone needs 6 uh, coffee filters, or you'll be dead. I'll be like, oh, I used 2 of them. Now we're all dead. Amanda Ward is coming over tomorrow to get some writing in. I'm excited about that. I got to go out and we got to drop off my daughter's car to the dealership. She's having some issues with it again. So I got to get up super early, like 8 o'clock, go do that, and then come home in time to meet Amanda here. Just use toilet paper like the kids do. I used to use napkins all the time. I was at a job selling shoes in their new store, and I kept telling the boss, "Hey, we need coffee filters." He's like, "I just bring a couple in, and then I'll buy them or I'll replace them." And I was broke. I was in my 20s. I had no money, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not going to go out and spend like I have $2 to my name. I'm not spending it on coffee filters." So I would just use uh, napkins. Like I would go next couple doors down was a deli, and I would go in there and I would order lunch, and then I would grab like 50 napkins when the guy wasn't looking, and then I would use those. And I think that store was there over a year before asshole boss finally brought some coffee. He brought them from home, and we had to buy our own coffee too. I had to buy my own creamer, everything. I had to bring from home anyway. But I was just like, you know what? No. You said you were going to buy a coffee maker for us, and when I said you got to get filters, you said, yeah, I'll pay for the filters. Son of a bitch. Ooh, he owes me like $8. I refused to buy him, and then the other guy who worked there didn't drink coffee. He drank Diet Coke. He drank about 10 liters of Diet Coke a day in an 8-hour shift. He brought his own, he would bring his own cooler in, this giant cooler, and it was filled with ice. Every day he would stop on his way to work at a gas station. He would fill it with ice, and he would stick 5 or 6 or 7 2 liters of Diet Coke in it. And he would just fill this giant, like this big giant cup with ice, and then just constantly filling between customers, filling it up with Diet Coke. And I'm like, that's going to kill you. I believe you're going to die from that. I believe you should not be drinking that many liters of Diet Coke. And this is back in the 90s, so you know they were making it with all kinds of cancerous agents and stuff, I would imagine. I don't even know if that guy's still alive. I'm going to have to look him up. He probably did. Let me see. I was 25, and I think he was 37. So he would be like mid-60s now. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, that guy. That's way too old for somebody to be still alive. Are you fucking kidding me? I just realized the new Fitbit band that I just put on here is ripped. And at some point, it's just going to rip right off. And my wife said, if you break another one of these bands, because they're very cheap. It's like my 10th one I break. She's like, I'm going to get you like an Apple Watch kind of thing. I'm going to get you something like that where you can actually do things on it. And I don't want that. I'm old. I don't want all that. But I guess she's going to have to buy me one. I gotta text her now. Let her know. Maybe she'll order it. I read this thing on like some meme that talked about, and again I'm old, back when we first got cell phones and all that, we used to buy ringtones, songs for like 99 cents each. And I remember that. I remember spending money that I didn't have because I wanted, like I wanted. When my friend George calls, I want Motley Crue to play, so I know it's George. Frank's gonna call me. It's got to be an Iron Maiden song, like that kind of crap. And that's funny because I just realized I'm like the only person who still has the ringtone on, so when the phone rings, you can hear it. Everybody else, like my wife, has it on her Apple iPhone watch thing or whatever. And every now and then she'll just look and then she reads it. And then I'm like, I don't even hear her phone ring. Oh, because it's on, it's muted. It's on vibrate. It's on whatever. But now I started doing that. But then I'm old and I'm like, I keep checking it. Like, maybe I missed a message. Maybe Chuck Buda is drunk and texting pictures of his ass or something. I don't know. I feel like, because I got on an hour early, I feel like I'm going to go an hour today. And then it's going to be at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll be like, yeah, all right, I'm done writing. And then everybody's going to be like, oh, where were you? 1 o'clock, we signed on. Because, that is the time I'm supposed to be on. I just realized that's going to happen. What are you going to do? Ah. 27 months, Tom. Thank you very much for resubscribing. I appreciate that. When Frank calls, it has to be Love Gun. Yeah, exactly. What else would it be? As soon as Frank comes on, then I'm just gonna call it. Oh, Frank's here. Nope, I'm out. I think by now people would know. Just because I got on an hour early doesn't mean I'm staying an hour later. Just means I'm probably leaving earlier. Of course, if there's more people on and we were having conversations, it would be nice I could have some conversations. I'm already like, I don't want to do this anymore. .67 degrees and cloudy here in non-sunny Jacksonville, Florida. No breeze. Breeze none. I don't know if you can hear the crows, but is a gathering, a murder of crows across the street. A bunch of them, I don't know what those are. A bunch of birds, because they have wings, flying around, circling near the pond, which probably means something is dead in the pond across the street. Could just be more crows. I just want to get the hell out of this job and live in an RV. That is a good move, I think. Just travel the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jess, let's drive to Singapore. You know what? I've never seen Moscow. Let's take a ride. We'll go up to Alaska and just cross over. I believe there's like just a bridge there. You got to pay a toll and you just go over. Hey, we're in Siberia now. This is where the Mongol warriors used to live. We're in Mongolia. So many things to do. You know what I'm saying? We'll drive to Oak Island and gather wood. Yeah. You'll be driving, all of a sudden, boom, tire will blow out. And you'll be like, what the hell is it? Oh, it's one of the spikes that they used to build the what do you call it, for the ships. Yeah, this is from ship's timber. These are the flat nails that they flat-headed nails that they use for the treasure chests, and the spike just ran into our tire. And then Rick will come out and pull it out after Gary, metal detection expert Gary Drayton, he uses his magic wand and goes, "Yep, it's a spike. It's a Bobby Dazzler." I could see all that happening. Those damn nights that are popping out tired. Yep, exactly. That's when you also will find out how much you and her love one another, living in an RV. You'd also need to tow a car with you too, because like you can't bring an RV down my street. If you ever went to see JC in Philly, you can't drive most of those side streets there either. We couldn't even drive the Expedition down his block. I just read and she watches TV. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Which are both dangerous if you're driving. I'm just going to throw it out there. So please be careful. Yeah, you would have to come here. You guys came to visit. You'd have to come here and park at the Walmarts a few miles up the road and then drive your car over, or we come pick you up. Because maybe I need to go to the Walmarts to get ingredients for chili. Who knows? Who knows what I'm cooking that night? You know. Obviously, if you guys ever came, I would have to cook something Italian. Yeah, we'll meet you at the Chinese buffet. Yep. You know what? Even better. Just stay there in that parking lot. And then get up every day. It's like, 11 o'clock, going to get lunch. Oh, what are you getting? I mean, the buffet's right there. I'm reading a book now that I got from the publisher about counterfeiting. Guy who counterfeits hundreds and fifties and stuff. And his story is very, very a true story, very interesting. And of course, then the mind starts to work, and I'm like, you know what? I see a book in my future or in our future, Tom, about a counterfeiter. Learning a lot of the technical terms and whatnot, which is good. I wanted to read the book about Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton, but the library ebook has a 22-week waiting time. Wow. So here's my problem, and again, I'm old and I'm stupid. I go on and I'm like, you know what? I want to read. I want to read a book, but they don't have. My library does not have the print version, or the print version is like there's one and it's out. And I'm like, I want to read it now, so I do the whatever they use, Overdrive or whatever they use. The problem is then I could never figure out how to read it on my Kindle Fire. So then I end up just pulling it up on my laptop. Okay? Which I mean I got a big screen here, but I hate sitting here reading like that. I want to go sit in a chair. I want to go lie down in bed and read it. So a lot of times I'm like, oh, I'm going to download it. No, because I can't figure out how to get it from this device to the other device. And I know it's probably something very simple to do, but I just cannot ever figure it out. So that's a pain. That's always a pain in the ass. I also, since Dirty Deeds 12, the last book in the series, comes out in 11 days. Somebody had told me, hey, all your Dirty Deeds books aren't on the series page on Amazon, and I realized the first 10 are. But book 11, which came out like a year ago, is still not attached. Even though I've sent a message a couple times. So I actually had a call this morning. I had to call Amazon and say, hey, Amazon, sub with this. So first the guys give me some big long runner. I'm like, listen, you attached every other book. Don't give me this, oh, the first book is Kindle Press, and don't give me all that. 10 books are attached. So I know you can do it. Just do it. He swore he would do it. He put in a ticket. Like 11, Dirty Deeds 11 is ebook, print, and audiobook. There should be no problems there. Speaking of which, I got to get 12 finished so I can send it to my narrator, Jack DeGolia, and have him do the 12th book. I totally keep forgetting. It's on my list. But I guess I'm glad they got connected. They always put in a ticket. I don't think tickets exist. Yeah. Because I feel like on the 15th when the book comes out and it's not attached and nobody knows there's more than 10 books in the series, I feel like I'm going to have to give them another call and waste even more time, which is annoying. Hey, sit tight. I got to go to the bathroom. Hopefully somebody else will pop in. Tom, take over the feed. Wow. All right. What'd I miss? Oh, Mr. Frank just popped in. Yep, it was poop time. I couldn't wait for you anymore, Frank. The 15th is also Jess's birthday. I brought up that the final Dirty is coming out the same day. Now she thinks you planned it. I did. I'd beware the Ides of March and anyone born on the Ides of March. This Frank just in time for poop time. Anytime is pooping time, USA. Yeah, that was a. I just needed to go. This will play well on YouTube. YouTube people will be like, "What the heck? Where'd he go?" I gotta go to the bathroom. Flautas. No cat sneezing, no Shelley's rattling pots and pans. No Asian ladies in spandex. Or pooped in. Yeah, the Asian lady, I haven't seen her. I've seen her husband, the Mexican person who looks like he is a luchador. Big dude, big neck. He was wearing those, his Gold's Gym shirts and bright orange sneakers. Whew. Reminding everybody again to subscribe on Twitch. Also subscribe on the YouTube. And wherever else you find your favorite delicacies. Getting a little bit of writing in. Not a ton of writing. Let me see how much writing. I got about 600 words in so far. Nacho Libre, yes. I gotta just bring this up. Speaking of Nacho Libre, Jack Black looks like your insane, drunk and high uncle who none of the parents want to leave the kids around for a long time. And not because he's going to diddle with them, but because he's going to teach them the proper way to roll a joint, or he's going to be like, hey, just take a sip of this from this flask, Johnny, kind of thing. He just looks really creepy as he gets older. He also looks, I can remember looking up, I forget how old he is, but I looked it up and I'm like, yeah, he looks 10 years older than that. Sounds like a Steel Panther song. We watched old Seth Rogen, yeah. What are we watching? We watched something. Oh, we watched Tracker. The show Tracker. My wife likes it. It's a Jeffrey Dever book, so even though it's CBS, I watch it. Not bad. You know, he tracks people. Not this week's episode, but last week's episode, the chick from Loudermilk was in it. It's like, good. You know what? Good to see her still working. My wife at Tracker John MD. No, that's a totally different show. When I was going to bed last night, she always puts something like Murder, She Wrote, because then she plays on her phone for a couple hours and she watches Murder, She Wrote, and so I always have to stay in for a few minutes because I'm like, all right, what people are we going to see from the '80s that is in this? And what's his name? Or her name, I guess. Jenner was he was on it. Was one of the people. There was many. Every person you see walk on the screen, I'm like, oh, I remember that guy. I remember her. It's always funny watching that. Tom says my ex met Jack Black. First thing he said was, "Do you want to do ecstasy?" There you go. Why would you ask Jack Black that question? That's what I want to know. Yeah, why would he do that? Why would he ask Jack Black? Of all people, Jack Black gets his own ecstasy, thank you. No wonder he broke up with you. Nice Florida Marlins retro cap. It's not. It's a Lakewood pork roll hat. Years ago when we went with that guy that's dead to me and his wife Ashley, we went to I guess they were still Lakewood Blue Claws then. We went to their game and it was rained out. No, it's not the Trenton pork roll. It's the Lakewood also did the same thing. And we did not get to see the game, but we bought stuff. Been getting weird skipping heartbeats, which apparently is nothing bad. The doctor said get more potassium, so now I have to eat a damn banana every day. I like eating a banana every day. Here's my problem with bananas. I always say, oh, from their pork roll, egg, and cheese race. I believe so. I believe it was like every Friday home game in a certain month. I know Trenton did it too. Both teams. I don't know if it was during the same year. They were the pork rolls for just those games, so they could sell some hats and jerseys. I always say to my wife, "Oh, get me bananas," because I like a banana in the morning sometimes. She buys me 4 or more, and I always say to her, 3 bananas, 3, and one of them got to be a little on the green side, because on that third day they ripen and they're good. But if you go more than that, like if you're gonna buy me 4, buy me like 10, because then you're making me banana bread. Because after day 3, I am not eating a banana sitting on my counter. I don't care if it even still looks good. I know that thing is rotten, and I am not eating it. When I get Charlie horses, my wife makes me bananas. Yep. I always ask, are these from Savannah? That's clever. Savannah Bananas were in Jacksonville playing at the stadium up here the other day. The tickets were like $100 and something each, and the stadium was packed like 10,000 people. I mean, they put on a good show. Shirley Benante horses. I know what we're referring to there. But I like a banana every now and again. But I do really like her banana bread every now and often. I'm going to have to see if she can make it. So her sister's not leaving till the 14th or the 15th now. So it's supposed to be this Friday coming up. It's not till the next week. Damn it, I feel muffled. I mean, I'm muffled. You're not muffled. You can say or do whatever you want. I just won't read it. So I got another 10 days or so with my wife being here, which is good, because then I'm gonna figure out the things that I can have her make for me. Once they get those black spots on them, they are rotten. Muff lead. Yeah, if I see any black on it, automatically. There's Nicholas Zinn. Sons of bitches. My wife, we went down to see my mom on Friday. We're talking to him, and my wife's like, "Oh, your son won't eat leftovers. Like anything that's been, it's like more than a day old, he won't eat it." And she's like, I can't eat anything like that either." I'm like, "I get it from my mom. See, I'll eat leftovers, but it's got to be like the next day, maybe 2 days if I really like it. Like I had the baked ziti for lunch today. She made it last night. Will I eat the rest of it tomorrow? Maybe. But in my mind, that thing is already rotting. Like there's already mold and mildew and Agent Orange, all kinds of crazy shit in that now. You can't eat that. It's like eating penicillin with Parmesan cheese on top. Waiting for a burrito order, so only popping in. Oh, what did we order? What burritos did we order? Nixon doing the delivery thing. Our own delivery guy. Waiting, why is Taco Bell taking so long? He's probably going to some fancy place like Tijuana Flats or something. People who order food because they're lazy to you pick up their food aren't ordering Taco Bell. They're ordering the fancy stuff so they can spend even more money. Why order $1, $1 taco when I can order this $6 taco and then they're going to charge me an extra $2 for the taco, and then they're going to charge me a delivery fee, and then I got to give Nick Zinn a tip. So instead of ordering 12 burritos from Taco Bell, I'm going to order this one burrito, and it'll cost me the same amount of money. And then I'm so lazy, I'm going to eat half of it. Years ago, I worked for in my early 20s, I worked for a roofing supply company. And they, on Wednesdays, they would do lunches. And you would have to sign up for the lunch. And it would be a different thing. And it would always be like, whatever, it's $5 for lunch. And so you'd have to figure out how many people. And then one of the bosses would go, okay, we're going to have pizza on Wednesday. So Wednesday's pizza. So then I was responsible, or somebody else who worked in the mailroom with me, to go get pizza, to order the pizza and go get pizza. But I would always make sure that we ordered more than enough, because then I would have all the leftovers. And lunch was at 12, and then at 1 o'clock, if you hadn't eaten by 1 o'clock, then all that, whatever, if there was nothing left, that's too bad. So everybody would rush in there and grab their pizza, and we had a lot of fat people that would grab like several slices, even though you're only supposed to have 2 slices of pizza and soda or something. They would grab like 3 and 4. So I complained, but I really complained because I wanted all the leftovers, because I was freaking dirt poor at that point. And I can remember the big boss saying, "Listen, you're doing all the work. Always order an extra pizza and keep it for yourself. And you and your team can eat, because you guys are the ones who are doing all the work. No matter what we ordered, we're ordering burritos, we're going to Taco Bell, whatever it is, take some of it and put it off to the side." And then the secretary would always throw in like an extra $10 or something of the company money to feed us, which I thought was awesome. But then we just started getting crazy with it. It was like, okay, let's grab 2 pizzas, put it in the mailroom. And then, so when you walk back, when you come in through the dock, not through the front door, come in through the dock, and immediately knock on the door. I'll take like 2 pizzas and we'll hide it, and then go give everybody else the rest of the food and let them fight over it. So that was great. Every Wednesday we ate like kings. Only $6 taco I'm getting is the scallop taco at Taco Lou's. There you go. Yeah, that's a good taco. So they remodeled. So they were open for the Super Bowl, but then they closed for like, I think they just reopened a few days ago. They were closed to remodel their kitchen, to make their kitchen better, and then 1 or 2 of their rooms. But now they're open again. So, Tom, when you come back, we're going to Taco Lou's. I like that you feel eating half a burrito is laziness. Yeah, that is laziness. Eat the whole burrito. Do you only eat half a pizza, you laziest? No, you eat the whole pizza. It's food. Why are you holding on to food? What do you think you're going to do with a half a pizza or half a burrito? Oh, I better save this half a burrito because somebody might be dying and I'm going to have to feed them the half a burrito. No. Get your own damn burrito or die. I grew up in a world that we were poor, and we had to eat everything on our plate. And I still, even though I'm no longer poor, I still eat like that. Like, everything on your plate has to be eaten. This is why I'm 360 pounds right now. Because everything has to be eaten on your plate. You can go up for seconds and thirds and fourths and fifths, but damn it, you better eat all of it. Now I want to go back to Taco Lou's. I'm gonna have to see if my wife before we wrap all this up, before she goes to her mom's for 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. She's leaving like on the 15th, something like that, and she'll be at her mom's. And I'll see her a couple times here and there, but pretty much most of the time she's going to be at her mom's. She'll be sleeping there every night. So I will be on my own like an animal. And the next time I probably see her is when we get in a car to go to Virginia for AuthorCon. which will suck. I gotta start putting some, figuring out what I'm bringing and if I need to order anything. I don't think I need to order anything. We used to get the government cheese, which actually was delicious. It was delicious. It was delicious. I don't care what anybody says. Here's the problem I always had with government cheese. They'd give you this giant 40-pound block of it. And it was only like this big, but they were just like, I don't know what the hell they put in that. It was just fucking heavy. And my mom would make grilled cheese sandwiches. So we would get the cheapest white bread we can find. And that cheese would not melt. It might melt a little bit on the edges, but that cheese, you weren't melting that shit. Like, you could take a blowtorch to that government cheese. That shit was not melting all the way. But it's still some semi-grilled cheese sandwiches. Some good stuff. I just think we were all fancy as kids because my dad would make pepperoni sandwiches. And he would bring home this giant tube of pepperoni from Newark. He worked up in Newark, where I was born. And we would cut it really thin and he would fry them. He would fry all the pepperoni. And then we would put it on white bread and we'd have pepperoni sandwiches with some government cheese on top. And I thought they were delicious. And I also liked that the bread would get all mushy and orange from the pepperoni sweating on it. Delicious. Peanut butter and banana sandwiches. I am not a fan of peanut butter. I am not a fan of banana on a sandwich. I would only eat jelly sandwiches. Toasted. The bread would have to be toasted. My mother would be so mad at me. She'd be like, I got all this peanut butter. Peanut butter is cheaper. I don't like peanut butter. Now, I like peanut butter like in things. Like, you give me candy with peanut butter in it, I can love it, but I do not just like eating peanut butter. Right? It's a texture thing. Bah. Ooh, excuse me, that's a little bit of a baked ziti popping up there. Let your girlfriend know, Tom, that Jersey Italian, we call it baked ziti. I never toast anything. Order a bagel at Dunkin', never really. I prefer everything toasted. And again, that's to kill all the mold and the germs that are obviously in everything, because everything is just immediately rotting to me. Only half a jar of peanut butter. No, if I eat peanut butter, I eat the whole jar. My wife laughed because when we bought cereal, I will eat the whole box of cereal, and she's like, "This will take me like four meals to eat this." What? I'm like, yeah, as a kid, you ate the whole box. Like, why wouldn't you? You know. Why wouldn't you? Reminder for everybody to resubscribe on Twitch and also on YouTube. Appreciate it. Mold can survive a nuclear holocaust, so it laughs at your Spider-Man toaster. That Spider-Man toaster is what they call a nuclear assault toaster. It kills those germs. So, who's laughing now? Not you. My Spider-Man toaster is. A box of Fruity Pebbles in one giant bowl, or chocolate, Cocoa Pebbles. Yeah, I mean, I get that giant bowl and I just fill it and I just dump a half a gallon of milk in it and I'm done. Like, that's one of the we were going through the pantry. My wife got rid of a lot of old crap and stuff yesterday. That was her thing. She's like, well, she didn't go to church. Her mom never got up and it was rainy and disgusting out. She's like, I'm going to clean the kitchen. I'm like, do you need my help? She's like, nope. I'm like, oh, good. I'm going to play Minecraft. I mean, I'm going to write. I'm busy. And then she threw a bunch of stuff. But she's like, you have stuff here in the pantry. She's like, you have like 3 boxes of cereal you haven't even opened. I'm like, oh, there's 3 meals. She's like, that should be like 12 meals. I'm like, that's 3 meals. For when you're gone, that is going to be I'm going to sit down and I'm going to eat. I'm going to take the box in the living room with me. and I'm just going to keep pouring it until I run out of milk, and then I'll fill it with milk again. And then I'm just going to keep pouring until the box is gone. Maybe that's not the way to do it, but that's the way I do it. And then a nice nap from the diabetic coma. Yeah, you eat all those Fruity Pebbles, man. I mean, that's a good time. After a while, the Fruity Pebbles, they start to rub the top of your inner mouth a little bit. And that's when you know, I should probably stop. Maybe I'm going to have like 1 or 2 more bowls. That's it. The burnout in high school always hid his doobies in the folds of a nuclear assault tape. That is pretty fucking hardcore. I guarantee you right now, that kid's a CEO of something. That kid, CEO. It is be like Edler. You should check this album out. It's really good. And I was always like, no, man, Vince Neil said drugs are for losers. Is that what you... That's the word you live by, the mantra you live by now? If Vince Neil said drugs are for losers, I'm not a loser. Nuclear assault doobie guy, you're the loser. I think it would have been a better story if you said, yeah, he was like, oh, I have this... hey, dude, I have this Michael Jackson Thriller cassette with a doobie inside. You know, that would have been a better story. Dude, you want to do drugs with me while we're listening to this Madonna cassette? Vince Neil was court ordered to make a PSA that said drugs are for losers. Yep. I remember a certain singer from a band from a certain place that Frank Edler knows very well. The gentleman was a singer from Canada who joined a band near where Frank was raised, still lives. And he was in a place called Club Benet at a Spread Eagle concert on Halloween. We were all hanging out backstage, and he came in and said... He asked if anybody had a marijuana cigarette. He also called me Dunk. I don't know why. He didn't call anybody else Dunk, but he called me Dunk like 12. Hey, Dunk, you got it. I'm like, I don't know what any of that means. But no, I said to him, listen, Vince Neil told me and Frank Edler, drugs are for losers. I'm not a loser. You might be, but I'm not a loser. And he was laughing because that morning he was in New York City recording a PSA that don't do drugs, drugs are bad, whatever those commercials was where they all did that. He literally filmed a commercial that morning about not doing drugs, and here he is asking for some wacky weed, which is just crazy. Shania Twain, yes, he had a Shania Twain now. Ask Razzle if he thinks business. Wow. Too soon, Tom. Too soon. What's it been? 40 years? Bryan Adams. Yes, Bryan Adams. We're talking about Bryan Adams from Canada. So you are very close there, Nick. There's Amanda Ward. Amanda Ward will be at my house tomorrow morning. Take your time. Got to drop off my daughter's car in Yulee. I should be back by 9:30, but probably closer to 10 because you never know. You just never know. You know, they're going to ask you 57 questions or something, and then my wife's got to drop me back home. Then she's got to go to work, so. But 10 o'clock will be, 9:30, 10 o'clock, somewhere around there. And then we'll get some work. We'll get some writing in. I'm getting writing in now, but we're going to get a lot. Still want Duncan? Ooh. I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we're probably not going to have time to stop in the morning, and I'll just make a cup here so I'm awake enough to drive. But yes, I would appreciate some Dunkin'. You don't have to go nutty. You don't have to get me an apple fritter and all that. But Amanda's going to write 15,000 words. Tomorrow will be a huge writing day for her. I did like 2,500 the last time she was here, so I'm hoping for that kind of magic again. So if you just can get me a coffee, that would be amazing. Maybe we'll go to lunch if we get enough words in. We get some words written for sure. Yes, we do, Amanda. Yes, we do. Mr. Frank says I watched the first 3 episodes of the new Phil. I think I still have a couple of episodes of the previous season to watch. Because when I was watching them, that was during the holidays, and my mother-in-law and my mom were here, and we were all watching them. But then they just talk too much, or they're telling stories about Everybody Loves Raymond or some crap, and I'm like, yeah, we know, yeah, Robert's wife is his wife. Now we get it. Yeah, I know who she. Shut up, everybody. What the hell is Phil eating? I don't even know what Phil's eating now. Were they good, Frank? Were they good episodes? What is it that Dunkin' Coffee to hit that word? What is in that Dunkin' Coffee to hit that word count? Magic, deliciousness, all the vitamins under the sun. Tom says, I missed the Chinese buffet lunch, mainly because I don't get to fling chicken at Amanda. Yeah, when you come down here in August, there are going to be certain things we're going to do, Tom. One of those things will be we're going to go to the Chinese buffet so you can throw food at Amanda again. We're definitely going to the Redneck Beach so you can see all the big girls wandering in and out of the surf. We're going to definitely go to Taco Lou's again so we can get some scallop tacos. So you might have to get here like... MondoCon is in... I'll give everybody the date right now so you can start planning ahead. August 1st is Thursday. So it'll be the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. August. So everybody make plans now. Start saving your pennies, Nick. So if you come like the week or 7 weeks before, we can get all the stuff we want to get in. Moody Abigail lurking again. Thank you. Appreciate you popping in and lurking. It's not the coffee, it's the competition. You didn't even let me eat that chicken. Yeah. Yeah, she was trying to eat the chicken, and Tom didn't. Nick says, I have a wedding that weekend. Of course you do, Nick. Well, of course you do. We didn't think 2 years in a row you were going to be able to just stay the whole time. I'll have the RV by then. I'll park at the buffet. Yeah, I'll drive over and I'll meet you there. August 1 to 5. That's a lock. That is a lock. That is a lock. That Thursday is August 1st. So that is a lock. I've not sent out an email to anybody yet because I'm not inviting everybody back, to be honest. But you guys know because Amanda, Tom, and Nick are all invited. So, oh, good. Now you have an excuse to fly in and out. I was wondering because I haven't gotten an email. What'd I just fucking say? There's no email. Not until I officially invited everybody. There's a couple people I'm going to talk to at AuthorCon that I'm thinking of inviting instead of other people. Maybe I'll fly in, boat out, then train back. You know what? Here's the thing. You have several months to also buy a hang glider. So there's really no excuse. Nick needs to bring me $50 worth of cheese curds again. Make sure you vet them thoroughly. Don't I always, Amanda? Don't I always vet everyone? No, I don't. That's why I'm not... Actually, I'm going to be totally honest with you. There's 2 people I'm thinking of inviting that are brand new for us this year. But Shelly is going to make that decision, not me. All I'm going to do is introduce her to them at AuthorCon. She already knows one of them, but you know what I'm saying? And she already knows my feelings, and then she's going to say... invite him, or she's going to say not a good fit. There will be M&Ms. We'll see, Mr. Frank. We'll see. Those M&Ms seem to be wasted last year, and then I'm still eating M&Ms from last year, which is not good for me. Tom says, "Man, I was going to type something, but I have to keep reminding myself that this is going on YouTube." Yeah. You want to type something? Type it on the our phone text thing. The phone textualization, and we can say mean things about people there. Yeah, because at this point I don't know who's watching. You know what I'm saying? There could be people that we've been talking shit about for years. The hell's all the crows over here? Hopefully they're killing all the Canadian geese, running them off our lands. We know Chuck is. That is true. Chuck is definitely not watching. So I guess I'm just going to say it. Chuck is still looking for a job. I think he's done with his training for his cyber whatever thing, but he cannot find a job at this point. So, and he's not selling books because God forbid he writes on a steady basis. The hope is that he lands a job, but then he's also able to take off those few days in August. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's like, "Oh no, I'll be there, but I gotta work." I'm like, "Yeah, then you're not coming. You gotta be off, and then we'll have yet another spot." I will send out a message soon. I already know a couple of people are either not coming back or I am not inviting them back, kind of thing. So that opens up 2 spots, maybe a third. Because here's the thing too. My wife said, we could also just get another air mattress and throw another air mattress somewhere. So that might also be happening. Especially we're thinking about in the former Wonder Woman room and in the Disney room, getting rid of those dressers in each of those rooms because nobody's living in there, and it just takes up space. So if we get rid of those, it'll give us a lot more floor space. Then we could throw an air mattress on the floor in each, and people got to share a room. Just invite the hot chicks. Am I canceled now? Again, Nick Zinn is coming. God. Amanda might be the only chick here. The only hot chick here. Sorry. I don't know if that's offensive to you. You're not supposed to tell people that they're good looking or anything. I guess you really shouldn't say if you find them unattractive either. That probably is also a bad thing to say. Yep, the token female writer. I'm fine with that. You're like one of the guys. Without Chuck here, somebody else will have to grab at you. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I told you, but on the Saturday, we're doing the Clay County Writers thing again. But, you ready? They're coming here. That's right. 10 a.m., 10 to 12 on the Saturday, Clay County Writers will be meeting in the house. Chuck there, you'll be the only female. Yep. So that'll be interesting. Like, what do they have? 3 or 4 people that show up? I'm like, I don't want to go all the way over there again. And he didn't have a. There's so few of them. Is right. So Lou, the guy who runs it, was like, "Hey, we don't have a meeting. I know you wanted to come back on that weekend, but we don't have an actual spot. The library is busy doing something." He's like, "But we can have it at my house." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not driving all the way out there." I said, "Hey Lou, why don't you have it here? Because there's probably going to be 3 or 4 of you, and we have room." And he was like, "Oh, you don't have to do that." I said, "Yeah, come here. We have coffee." But basically at 9 a.m. when we all get up, or when Amanda and the Mikes and whoever else is invited come here, hurry up and eat breakfast, because when we're hiding all that, I'm not feeding everybody. I will give them some coffee, and then we'll have our meeting for a couple hours, and then send all those people home and go, yeah, all right, everybody out. Now, I wish it was Taco Lou. And then throw all them out, and then we'll have lunch, and then we can get some writing in. Well, that would be interesting, having a handful of people here, I think. We just got to make sure they leave. And they're not like, "Hey, we'll hang out for the rest of the day." No, you got to leave. Ooh. What are you going to talk about? I have no idea. I have no idea. Something probably. Probably talking about something. I haven't figured out who the special guest for Saturday night will be either. They best not take my mattress spot. Nope, your mattress spot is your air mattress is safe. Don't let that one woman get her makeup all over your furniture. Yeah, we're gonna have to put them. So that morning, don't anybody set up your laptops or anything on the dining room table. We'll have everybody sit around the dining room table so that she doesn't touch any of our white furniture and put a clown face on it. Should be interesting. I mean, how many people are going to come? 3, 4, maybe? Like 40 people show up. I'll be like, all right, let's set the tent up out in the yard and we'll all hang out there. I don't know. So, they all will have fun. Yeah. And you know what? Whatever. The Michael Wiley. I don't think Michael Wiley. I will invite Michael if he wants to come again Saturday night. But I was trying to think of somebody else to invite. But I'm not sure who yet. Should be interesting. So there you go. That's what we'll be doing. Still got this stupid U2 song in my head. God. I have to put some music on when I'm done here. I doubt I will be on tomorrow. But, you know, never say never. I'll definitely be here on Wednesday. Also remember that Friday is Women's Day, according to my planner. Friday is Women's Day. And Sunday the 17th, St. Patrick's Day. Oh, the 31st is Easter. We're into March this year. Not April. March. There you go. Anybody else got anything? I'm going to wrap this up. So if you got anything you want to talk about that we can talk about here or on YouTube, knock yourself out. Otherwise, hope everybody gets some good writing in. Tomorrow, me and Amanda Ward are going to get some big numbers in. She'll get a lot bigger numbers than me, but it's not a contest. It's not a contest. Tom, hopefully you'll get some words in as well. Finish this chapter up, and then ideally you finish this chapter up today or tonight, and then that'll give me 1,000 or more words to write tomorrow while Amanda's here. Should be good. Maybe I'll even do like a couple of chapters tomorrow with Amanda here. Who can say? All right, everybody. Nick, enjoy that burrito. Make sure when you take a bite of the burrito, you fold it back in so the customer doesn't know that you've eaten some of the burrito. That's how I do it. I will see everybody on Wednesday. Thank you so much, everybody, for resubscribing. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing on my YouTube. It is very cool of you to do. All right, everybody. You have a great, great rest of your Monday.